Just want to go through and show that this is a quick video of how you go about downloading save data onto the PlayStation 5 from the cloud. So you have to go to each individual game save that you have stored in the cloud on PSN and select each one and click download. This process is incredibly slow and tedious. It takes a very long time. Uh, the biggest issue is the fact that I have to sit here and it's not even like starting to download. It's just calculating the remaining time to download. It's a very not straightforward, tedious process because I have to sit here, check each and every game, click it and or you can do select all or whatever. But now it has to calculate the time for them to download before it starts to download. And like as you can see, this is taking a very, very long time. Okay, it says, do you want to overwrite data on cloud on console storage? Okay, so I grabbed a save for control, which I already had on there, so I'm going to say no on that one. Wrong controller. Where's my controller at? So say no to that one. No to that one. No to that one. Okay, I can't believe I grabbed this control save because I deselected this. No. Probably should have said apply to all, but I wanted to make sure it wasn't doing it. Okay, so that was for control. And now it's going back to calculating. This is just a very, very tedious task. The way this works on the Xbox Series X is just, Xbox in general is just way more efficient because your game saves are automatically uploaded to the cloud whenever you play a game. It saves it to the console and uploads it to the cloud. And if you play on an Xbox that doesn't happen to be the Xbox you played on last time, it immediately checks the cloud, downloads the save, and then you keep on going. Like you don't manually download the saves individually. It just does it whenever you play the game. So yeah, this is not ideal. Okay, what's this? I'm confused as to why there is no Spider-Man save. There's my Spider-Man. Okay, so I do have my Spider-Man save for the PS5 version. Spider-Man Remastered. But this is the PS4 version. I'm just gonna say apply to all and no. And we'll see what happens from there. So I feel like it's going through each individual save and checking it to see if it's already installed or not. This is just like look how long this is taking. This is very not efficient. I've been noticing a lot about the PS5. Like, there are a lot of quirks here. Sony, this new dashboard, and like that's one of the things that I want to point out. Like, a lot of people were they were unhappy with the fact that the Xbox Series X essentially has the exact same dashboard as the Xbox One X, or the Xbox One in general. But it's like, well, yeah, they've been using this dashboard the entire generation. They've constantly updated. It's been refined over multiple years. Like, why would I want a brand new dashboard? And they're saying, well, the console experience doesn't feel very new. Well, here's the PS4's experience. It feels super new and super not intuitive, and it can't do simple things that the PS4 could have done way back. The PS5's UI is not good. It's faster, right? Obviously that's because the SSD is faster, but it's just not a very good UI. And certain things like this show why. Like, why do I have to sit here and watch as it downloads these saves from the cloud? Like, why can't I do other things? Like, this doesn't make sense. This is bad. This is bad. And there are other quirks about it too. Like, if you transfer games from the system to the external drive that you have plugged in, or if you transfer the game from the external drive to this back to the system, you have to sit and watch that process too. It doesn't do it in the background. I'm just like, why? That makes no sense. Stop it. Yeah, it's just a lot of growing pains, which comes from having a completely brand new UI. I mean, I understand why they went with a new UI because the PS4's UI, while it was more refined over time, it wasn't really good either. It was pretty bad. So, I mean, Sony's just. I mean, I liked the original XMB for the PS3. That was probably the best UI they've ever had, and ever since then, I don't know. They have really not been doing a good job when it comes to UI. Like the usability of the device. You usually just want to just kick the game and not have to deal with the UI because it is bad. I mean, this is McBad bad. So I'm still sitting here calculating the remaining time. Like, this is a long, long process. I'm probably gonna just like switch over to my Xbox and play it while this does this. But I mean, I've been having to do this for like, I'm kind of dreading putting this off because I know how long it's gonna take. Like the first time I attempted to download saves from the cloud, I was like, oh, this is gonna be, oh, this takes a long time. Like, this is slow, and I want to play games more than I want to, freaking sit here and download saves. But I want to try out some of my older, PS4 games, and just getting those PS4 games on the PS5 in of itself has been a nightmare. Like if you have a external drive connected to your PS4 that's already got the games on it, then that's great. But see, I had a 2 terabyte drive, which I quickly realized wasn't enough. So it was connected to my PS4. I put it on the PS5. That was fine. But then you've got the PlayStation Plus collection, which has a whole bunch more PS4 games, and unless you want to install those internally on the PS5 space and waste what little space that is, that just wasn't going to do it. So I bought a 5 terabyte external drive, which is more than enough space, which is great. But then after buying it, I realized that the PS5 cannot recognize more than one external drive at a time. So, okay, now here we go. So now it's going to be about 7 minutes, 4 minutes, it looks like, hopefully. 26. I don't believe it's going to be 26 seconds. That bar is not going that fast. So yeah, that's 351 individual saves that it is copying from the cloud. Finally, we've got to this point. But yes, like I was saying, the PS5 cannot recognize multiple external drives at one time, which is bad. So I have all the games installed on that 2 terabyte external, and I formatted the 5 terabyte to work with the PS5. But it's like, so I can't transfer them back and forth from the 2 terabyte to the 5 terabyte. They can't both be hooked up at the same time. So it's like, well, that's dumb. So I plug in the 5 terabyte and just have to re-download everything. And the games that are on disk, right, that are disk-based, I have to put them back in the system and like manually let it copy from the disk to the drive. Like it's a tedious process. And so I'm downloading like multiple games at once, and it's a lot because I have a lot of games in my catalog. I mean, from PS Plus, PS Now, the PlayStation Plus collection, games I've purchased. I have a lot of games. So I go to download them and trying to download like multiple games at a time, and you can put all this stuff in the background, right, and have it download over time. So I went and set up all the games to download, and then I put the console into rest mode, popped the console back on, and I got a whole bunch of error messages saying, hey, this couldn't download. I'm just like, what? So I spend all this time, expecting all these games to download, and it doesn't download half the games that I put up there. And I'm trying to figure out why it won't do it, and I can't really get any real answer. Like, it just won't do it. But then if I download the games, don't put the console in rest mode, actually sit there and watch it download, then it'll do it. And I'm just like, you gotta be kidding me. So I gotta sit here and watch all these games download. So, like, you can't put too many in the queue. Don't have too many games queued up to download. Maybe like 5, maybe at a time, 6. and then don't put the console in rest mode. Like, actively like have the console on, and then it'll probably download the games without any issue. Probably. I mean, I was able to play Spider-Man while I was downloading in the background, which that was nice at least. But I mean, yeah, this is okay. So that's not going to take 4 seconds. I just want to say that right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not going to take 4 seconds. I don't know why it says 4 seconds, but that ain't 4 seconds. Yeah. So yeah, PlayStation's got some work to do, and it's funny because I don't see like, I just got this PS5 last week, and like I like it, like I'm happy with it. Don't get me wrong, like the games are fun as hell. Like this is great. It's just growing pains. There's there's a lot of negative stuff. There's a lot of issues, and it's funny because I don't see these videos like everyone's like uploading their videos of the PS5 and all the things it can do. Wow, that says 99 plus hours. What the hell? It's not gonna take that long. What is going on? Oh man, okay. But yeah, so all these people, uploading different videos of the PS5 and what it can do and what it can't do and all this stuff. You kind of don't see this stuff. Like I feel like the meat and potatoes of what you're gonna have to do when you get your PS5 in order to get it settled and get all your PS4 stuff on there. Like this is the stuff that people should see. These are the things that Sony needs to know they need to work on because like this whole process is terrible. Like it needs to be more automated, Sony. Like I don't care. Copy Microsoft's playbook. Like do exactly what they do, because this is not good. Like I shouldn't have to sit here and wait until for all these save games to download. It's not even the game itself. It's just a save. Like I want to pick up where I left off on my PS4. I don't want to start from scratch. Like this shouldn't be like this. Like I said, on the Xbox, whenever you play a game on your new Xbox, it just checks the cloud to see, hey, this save is here, and it syncs it to your system, and then there you go. And it does that for each individual game when you play it. So you don't have to worry about sitting there downloading a whole bunch of saves all at one time. I'm pretty sure there's probably there's probably a whole bunch of games that I haven't even downloaded the save for yet because I've only played a couple of games on my Xbox so far. And it'll download them as soon as I start playing, and I don't have to worry about it. But man, like this process is woof. It's something. It's just terribly inefficient. That's all it is. It's really, really inefficient, and I kind of wish it was more efficient because this is kind of annoying. But yeah, I just want to get my thoughts out there and kind of show what this whole process is like. So I know that I'm not crazy. Maybe, someone can talk about their experiences too, because yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.